Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If it's Tuesday night in December, you know what's happening. Somewhere in central Minnesota, we have basketball. Tonight, the Little Falls Flyers take on the Apollo Eagles in the Central Lakes Conference matchup. I'd like to welcome you all to the Little Falls Community High School Gymnasium. As you can see, the flag honor guard, the national anthem being played right now. I'm Dave Kurtz along with Brad Lager. And Brad, we're in for a treat tonight with Little Falls versus Apollo.
Oh, tremendous game. Dean Kessler has assembled a really good, fine ball club at Apollo with 5 starting seniors, and you know Kevin Jordan's been building for this year for the last 2 years.
I tell you what, his third year here, it looks like it's going to be a great year for him. Apollo's got speed, Little Falls has got speed. Apollo returns 10 players, like Brad said, including all the starters from last season's Section 8 AAA runner-up team. That's one of the reasons they were ranked 5th in the state. And also, on the weight room, it looks like Dean Kessler's team looks like it's going to be a big group. Every one of their kids is over 6 feet tall, and it's going to be a tough match for Little Falls with their height disadvantage.
And they can jump. They're also jumpers. I've watched them play basketball, and they're a fine club. You don't get to be a region runner-up as juniors and not be good ball players.
The Eagles feature a tall starting lineup with everyone 6 feet or better, led by 6'6" post Josh Krogman, who averaged 11.5 points last season. 6'5" wing Tom Ebnett, John Chow, Dan Thompson, and Jay Loso. Backing them up will be 6'7" Dan Lally and Mike Gunderson, and Justin Wendland on the post too. Little Falls, the starting lineups for the Flyers. Coming back with Nate Miller at guard. Nate's quick, he's a leader on the floor. He scored 16 points against Sauk Rapids, including 2 3-pointers. He's the captain of the team.
We also have 6'3" junior Kendall Fea. Kendall's a great all-around basketball player. He's improved his strength over last year. Kendall's tallied 16 points against the Storm, 9 of them coming on the 3-point.
Holy cow. Starting at the other forward, Nick Dahl, 6'4" senior, a tremendous athlete with good jumping ability, something he's going to need against Apollo and his front line. Nick chipped in 11 points against Sauk Rapids in the Flyers' first game.
We also have 5'11" senior Paul Martin. Paul plays both guard and forward. Paul's one of those kids that plays with heart. Not tremendous athletic ability, but just tremendous heart. Fun kid to watch play.
And at center, 6'4" senior Ben Smith, another of the captains. He's a strong player. He's improved his quickness over last season, and he's going to be counted on inside to take care of Josh Krogman. And there you have the starting lineups. The officials for tonight's game, Pete Sears and Scott Hill. As you see at center court. Little Falls, of course, coached by Kevin Jordan in his third year. And Brad, what about Kevin? He's come a long way.
Kevin realized when he came to this program that there was going to be some rebuilding. He saw that the future rested in some young kids. Started Nate Miller and Kendall Fea as 9th graders, and they probably have really grown. Can you imagine they've been 2-year starters and they're only juniors?
Amazing. In fact, Nick Dahl and Ben Smith, the only 2 seniors starting right now. So we've got a lot of depth, hopefully, for the years to come.
Well, this is going to be an interesting game. Apollo scored 104 points in their first basketball game. You don't do that by not running and jumping and playing good basketball.
That's right. For Apollo, the starters, Eric Carr, Mike Gunderson, John Chow, Dan Lilly, and Jay Loso. Jumping at center, number 54, Krogman. Against Ben Smith, and Little Falls controls the ball. Miller down court to Nick Dahl. Looks like Apollo's starting out with man-to-man right now, Brad.
Yeah, and Little Falls running their motion offense against it.
Dahl with the ball at the top of the 3-point line. Looking in the corner to Miller. Miller back to Martin. Nothing opening up underneath. I tell you, Krogman's a big man under there.
He's a tough space eater.
Shot by Nick Dahl, no good. That's the first shot of the game for Dahl. And Apollo brings it down court. Chow on the left corner, out of bounds, off of Chow. Little Falls' ball.
Okay, Little Falls is running a motion offense. Basically, the most important thing you got to watch for is spacing. Little Falls got to keep spacing to get their shots.
Apollo comes out in a press, full court right away, Brad. That's kind of a way that they're going to get some points in transition, it looks like.
You don't score 104 without pressing.
Fea from 3. Oh, it goes off the rim, no good. Fea's first shot, 3-pointer, no good. Apollo rebounds, John Chow bringing it down. Chow trying to set up the offense in the middle to Krogman. Krogman is a big man. I can't believe he's 6'6". Looks like he's about 6'8" on the floor. Shot by Apollo. That's number 55, Tom Ebnett, with his first 2 points.
I don't think Nate Miller's going to have any problem with this press.
So Ebnett breaks the scoring tie, 6:48 to go in the first. Little Falls, Fea from about 12 feet, no good, rebounded by Apollo's Dan Thompson. Thompson brings it down court to Loso. Loso setting things up. A long three-point shot by number 55, Ebnett. Rebounded by Chow. Another shot at Chow. What's happening underneath? Nothing for Little Falls. Finally, a foul is called.
Flyers have to do a lot better job of getting on the boards, blocking out people, or it's going to be a long evening.
I tell you what, that's 3 shots uncontested by the Flyers. Ben Smith. Oh, excuse me, that's a foul on 54 White, Krogman. So he picks up his first foul. A good break for Little Falls there. As Little Falls gets it across the timeline, Nate Miller on the right side. Back to Fea. Left corner to Miller. Smith is trying to work underneath. Shot by Smith short. Rebounded by Krogman. That's his second rebound. Picked off a transition pass. Fea from 3, no good. They're just not hitting a thing tonight, Brad. What's going on?
It's early. Bingo.
No, and Dahl misses one. So far, 5 shots. Nate Miller driving, nothing there. They got the rebound. Fea tries. Finally!
The drought is over.
Kendall Fea with his first 2 points.
Stolen by Miller.
Miller gets him back in the game. Apollo's getting a little sloppy on their rebounds, on the passes out. Miller takes it away. Corner to Martin. Tied 2-2 here with 5:33 to go in the first. And Martin walks.
Switch pivot feed on him out there. Good call by the referee. Right now, Apollo's in a little bit of a zone press. When they do that, they're trying to get the ball out of Nate Miller's hands.
And that's the kid they want to key on, because Miller is the offense in the backcourt, especially for Little Falls. Looks like a traveling is let go by the referees. Ebnett got away with one. Chow from about 9, no good. And rebounded by Miller.
Great pass.
A great block by number 44, Jay Loso, who gets it out to Ebnett. It's off of Ebnett's knee.
Oh, a great play on both ends of the. Nick Dahl really hustled, slapped the ball, went off the Apollo kid's legs.
My goodness. We got substitutes coming in. Number 42, Mark Casella, and number 14, Chris Bell. Chris Bell, the little guard, junior guard. And Mark Casella, a junior.
I believe Mark's only a sophomore.
You're right, Mark's a sophomore. That's correct. In the corner to Bell. Oh, excuse me, Justin Kofed's in. I'm sorry, that was Kofed, not Bell. So Miller's trying to run things at half court right now. Apollo still in that tenacious man-to-man defense.
Apollo has realized the Flyers don't set a lot of picks, and if you don't set a lot of picks, it's easy to play pressure defense.
Well, look at the score here, 2-2, 4:49 to go in the first. Miller with the ball, top of the three-point line, watched closely by Loso. In the middle to Casella. Miller on the left side, takes it out, looking for something underneath. Trying to give Ben Smith a rest here right now is Coach Kevin Jordan. From just outside the three-point line, no good. That was Kendall Fea with that shot. Little Falls shooting cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 for 8 in right now. Big move in the middle by 54, Krogman. He puts it up and no good.
This is 2 shots.
Apollo is just cold on the shooting side. Casella runs it out to Fea. Miller from 3, nothing but air there. It's a third three-point shot. Both teams shooting kind of sloppily right now, Brad.
You betcha. That looked like a pass for a dunk.
As Miller on the left side, right side trying to run things into Casella. Nothing open underneath. They got to shoot something outside and bring those guys from Apollo out a little bit more.
Keep your spacing, Flyers.
Nate Miller breaks one open. No good, in and out of the rim. Stolen again by Fea. The outlets passes. I don't know what's happening to Apollo, but they're sure not clean in transition right now.
Well, I can tell you right now, Kevin Jordan has scouted Apollo, and he said, guys, when that shot's up, you get your butt out to the outlet because they're going to throw it. And right now, we've intercepted at least 3 or 4 of those passes.
There's 3 turnovers right there. That one knocked out of bounds by Kendall Fea. Little Falls, cold as ice, shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots. 1 for 10. Hey, Apollo's not doing much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 for 6. It's 2-2 with 3:36 to go in the first. Timeout called by, I think that was Apollo that called that timeout.
Yeah, right now, I think Coach Kessler is telling his kids, hey, they're scouting us on the outlet. We can't hit it at midcourt. Our outlet people have got to break and then come back for the ball. So I think you're going to see them come back to the, start towards midcourt, come back to the outlet, and then run it from there.
No basket for over 3 minutes right now in the first quarter. 3:33 to go, 2-2. In the middle to Krogman. Krogman to Loso. Loso on the right side looking for someone. Chow, it's stolen! Stolen by Kofed. He's going all the way, and it's blocked!
That's goaltending.
That looked like goaltending to me,
betcha.
too. Rebounded
Nate
by Miller. That's 2 shots right there. 1 for 2 on that break. 4-2 was the score. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Kofed right on number 44, Loso. Boy, Little Falls is just taking the passing lanes away from Apollo, Brad.
Well, you talk about tenacious defense. The Little Falls Flyers right now are playing some super defense.
They're giving up an average of probably 3 inches of height to most of those people up there, too.
They're fronting the big people low, which means that rebounding, you got to really rebound from the backside.
2 points scored there by Tom Ebnett.
Here come the Flyers. Here come the Flyers.
He's got 4 points. It's 4-4, 2:52 to go. A shot by Little Falls, and Dahl puts it away. Nice rebound by Dahl. Nick Dahl with 2 points. It's 6-4. Little Falls up. Not a lot of scoring. Lots of shooting. Lots of defense by Little Falls. John Chow, nice 9-footer with one hand.
Here comes a fast break again.
So Chow puts Apollo up, or ties it up, 6-6, 2:28 to go. Little Falls trying to break in that interior. Apollo still in man-to-man. Dahl on the right side, looking. Casella comes out to the top of the three-point line. Back to Dahl. Dahl for 3. Oh, it's just off. Rebounded by Chow from Apollo. And Chow gives it away to Loso. Almost picked off again by Casella. You're right. Tenacious defense by Little Falls. Oh, nice shot by Krogman. Krogman's first basket. 8-6. Apollo takes the ball away.
Nate Miller dribbled into traffic that time.
Ebnett.
Now he picked it off.
Here comes Miller. One man to beat. Can he do it? Oh, it's tipped out of bounds. Nice block by Jay Loso.
That was really fun to watch. Nate Miller could have pouted on that, but he decided that, hey, the kid took it away from me. I'm going back after him. He took it away on the other end.
That's 3 blocked shots by Apollo, and I tell you, they're giving up. Little Falls is giving up 3 or 4 inches on almost every player except for Ben Smith. In the game for Apollo, number 40, Dan Lally. And Lally goes 6-7, Brad.
Well, look at the substitutions taking place. Boy, this game is really up-tempo.
Chris Bell in the game for Little Falls. Chris Bell, a 5'9" junior. Over the left side to Dahl. Dahl looking in the middle. Smith is back in. Smith makes his move. Turns twice. Nice shot by Smith.
Tremendous baseline move. Ben Smith was really patient. Took his time, got the great shot, put it in.
Ties it up 8-8, 1:21 to go. What a low-scoring quarter. 104 points against Sauk Rapids. Give me a break, Brad. Long shot by number 30. That's Mike Gunderson. Knocked out of bounds.
Off number 55. Or Ben Smith, I think.
Yeah, Ben Smith got it, but it looked like he's complaining that Apollo knocked the ball out. No such luck. As referee Scott Hill inbounds the ball. Apollo, long shot by Ebnett. No good. Cold as ice shooting here. Smith at the top of the 3. Over to Bell. Looking to move something open right now. They've got big men in the middle, Brad. I don't know. That's why they put Smith back in.
That's why you want to spread them out. You've got to spread them out, make them come out and play defense man-to-man. Big guys are strong inside if they can play a zone, but if they've got to play you man-to-man, you can wear them down pretty quickly on the outside, Dave.
Number 30, a foul by Mike Gunderson for Apollo. The score's 8-8. That's a non-shooting foul. 54 seconds to go. I can't believe it. I can do the quarter stats in 2 seconds after this one.
Well, you got to write quick or type quick on this game.
I left my computer closed. I can't even keep up with it right now. Basketball is a fast-paced game. Bell almost loses the ball. In for Apollo. Lots of substitutions. Kessler's substituting Eric Carr, number 10. 5'10" junior. Martin's got the ball over on the right side. Back in the middle to his brother Matt. The Martin boys. Bell at the top of the 3. Hey, Kevin Jordan's substituting freely too right now.
You have to in a game like this.
Faya drives from 12, traveling. Yep, good call. He lifted his pivot foot. Kendall Faya knows it.
Well, the Flyers are running a good motion offense, and if you can keep doing that, it really wears the team down when they try and play man-to-man defense against it.
Little Falls kind of a miniature press here right now. 24 seconds to go, 8-8, tied up. There's almost more fouls than points. Chow underneath, nice block by Ben Smith. Just tipped it away enough to keep Chow from scoring. 13 seconds to go in the first, 8-8.
Kevin Jordan's yelling one shot, 9 seconds left.
One shot, Bell. Who's going to take the shot? Give it to a three-pointer. from 2, Fea misses, and that's the end of the first quarter. Holy cow. I've got more shots here than I know what to do with. The first quarter ends with a score 8-8. Brad, any reflections on that first quarter?
Well, I kind of thought I was at the University of Las Vegas here, Nevada, Las Vegas. So you talk about teams running up and down the court, pressing, getting after. This is basketball. You know, the thing of it is when teams run and get excited, sometimes you hurry your shots a little bit inside, and I think that's what happened. We have 2 good teams here. They're both a little bit uptight. They know that this is 2 of the top teams in the conference, and they're going after each other really hard. It's a great basketball game. I'm having a lot of fun up here watching this.
Oh my gosh. Little Falls shooting 4 for 13 from the field, from 3-point, 0 for 5. Apollo shooting 4 for 11.
Well, I used to know an old guy with white hair that said Grandma could kick him in better than that.
You know what? I know lots of grandmas like that.
Well, that guy's in California right now enjoying his retirement.
I tell you what, and he deserves it.
This is really fun. You know, Apollo is physical, but the thing of it is, give the Flyers some credit. They're spreading them out. They're running the offense. And if Apollo's got to play defense against the Flyers like this all night, their big kids better be in shape.
I tell you what, Tom Ebden leads all scorers for Apollo with 4 points. In fact, he leads every scorer. Everybody else has 2. John Chow with 2, Josh Krogman with 2. For Little Falls, Miller has 2, Nick Dahl 2, Kendall Fayette 2, and Ben Smith 2. As we start the second quarter, 8-8, this is like a football game.
And only 2 fouls called in the first quarter, and both of them were on Apollo.
Excellent game so far as officiating standpoint. Defensive standpoint for Little Falls, let's see what happens in the second. Number 10, Eric Carr with the ball. Carr has the ball taken away by Kofed. Kofed's going to pull up. No, he's going to go all the way. He's blocked. Oh, John Chow, nice block.
Another steal.
Kendall Fayette from about 9. He can't put it in. And Little Falls comes up with a rebound. Nick Dahl over to Kofed. Kofed in the middle to Casella. Smith's getting another rest again. Kendall Fayette from 3, he's short. Man alive, nothing's going in for these boys. And Apollo rebounds. Carr goes all the way untouched.
Kendall that time didn't go back. He just tried to swat the ball, made a defensive mistake, allowed Apollo to have a fast break.
10-8, 7:14 to go in the second quarter. Little Falls got to come up and get some offensive boards and offensive points right now. They've been doing great on defense overall. Nate Miller, he's playing with mono, you said.
Yeah, he's got mono. He lives right across the street from us, so I don't know how long he's going to be able to go without rest periods tonight.
Well, they're substituting him a lot of times with Chris Bell and Justin Kofed, but Kofed's in right now. Miller on the left side, driving base, and kicked out of bounds by number 52.
Got a foul on number 52, blocking.
It's a blocking foul. Thompson with his first.
The new trend in basketball is to let teams go to the baseline, and then when they get down there, double team them and hope they can't find anybody to throw it to. You know, it used to be in the old days you never gave the person the baseline. Now you do it all the time.
That's right. Well, especially with the height advantage Apollo has, it's not a bad strategy for them. Casella just about travels. Long three-pointer from Kofed, bounces off the rim, rebounded by Fea, no good.
Somebody's got to cut the wire off.
I tell you what, there must be something on that basket.
I think so. And the kid stepped out of bounds for Apollo on the rebound, so Little Falls will get the ball.
Apollo has 6 turnovers. That's pretty much the game. They're up 10-8.
You know,
turnovers.
Sometimes psychologically you see a team scored 104 points and you think, boy, I got to shoot quick to get it going. And sometimes you don't shoot your normal shot. I think that's what's happening with Little Falls tonight.
Kofed inbounds the ball to Fea. Fea looking for some offense. Nate Miller is kind of sluggish at center court right now, so they're giving the ball to Kofed. Three-point shot, no good. Little Falls is 0 for 8 from the three-point range area. Nice defensive steal by Miller. He doesn't look like he's playing with mono now. Miller from 3. Puts it in! 2. No, it's a 2. They signal it a 2. That's 4 points for Miller. 10-10, 6:10 to go in the second quarter. Nice shot by Nate. Number 30 is a big boy for Apollo, Gunderson. Oh my gosh.
Three-pointer number 10 hit it. Number 10 hit her.
Eric Carr.
Fast break. Here's a fast break. We're down right away.
Little Falls in transition. 13-10 right now is the score. Nice pass by Little Falls to get it going. Miller from 3 again. He could heat up big time for us from there.
Well, there's a shirt that says, when you're off, shoot till you're on. When you're on, keep shooting. So right now, I think they've got that shirt on.
Score 13-10 here, 5:43 to go. This is Little Falls versus Apollo for you joining us. St. Cloud Channel 6, we welcome you tonight for this broadcast. We're going to try to have a game of the week for you every week.
Oh, Definitely a push-off on the Apollo kid, number 55. Shoved him right in the back.
That's Ebnett. Whiplash shot, we had that there.
That's 4 fouls on Apollo and none on the Flyers.
Remember, with the rules changes too, there's no shooting until the 7th foul, so all these fouls are for naught except for the 7th one.
You know what I like here, Dave? The fact that the Little Falls Flyers aren't stopping their shooting. You know, they're not getting tight because they're missing them. They're just keep shooting. You got to keep shooting them.
That's right.
And the shots they're getting, if you don't take them, you might as well sit on the bench.
And Coach Kevin Jordan, I think, encourages that, especially against this team. Halfway press by Apollo.
2-2-1 full court, or a 3-quarter trap.
Oh, and Krogman steals the ball, or excuse me, Ebnett steals the ball. In the middle to Gunderson. Gunderson is fouled. Looks like Ben Smith is going to get the foul. Yep, that's the foul.
You know, there's one where the referee that's way out makes a call, and the guy that's right there doesn't. I know coaches sometimes get upset about that, but the guy from the back must have seen a bump that the guy in the front didn't see.
Yeah, Pete Sears made that call from back, and he did see something. You know, from up here, Brad, we can see everything.
You bet. All the great coaches sit up here. All the great players are here.
First free throw attempted by anybody. Gunderson. Swish the first one.
You know, the more years you're out of high school, the better the player you become, too, I'll tell you.
Now, Brad, you've got a lot of coaching experience. You're a great color man, so tell us, do you like it up here better?
Well, I'll tell you what, I first time in 27 years I haven't been down there coaching, and you know, I'm seeing the sun in the winter. I didn't know it existed, because when you leave the building in the winter, it's always dark. So this is kind of fun. I love the game of basketball, though.
That's great. Great to have you on board here with Channel 6, too. In the right corner, Matt Martin to Ben Smith. Smith is really getting double teamed, too. They're putting everything on Smith, hoping to stop in. Krogman shoots from about 8, no good, rebounded by Little Falls. It's 15-10 still right now, 4:45 to go in the second. Oh, big hack! Oh, yeah. Tom Ebnett says, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, and you know, the thing of it is, if he'd have just left his hand straight up in the air, he'd have been okay. But he came down, and referees don't like that, and you normally get called for bringing it down.
You know, Brad, I ref for 12 years, and I wouldn't let that go either.
No, absolutely, and that's his second foul, so right now he may have to come out of the basketball game. But, you know, Dave, there's a new rule. You can't enter anybody into the basketball game on the first shot of a 2-shot foul, so the subs have to wait to come in here till the second shot.
I think that's a good rule. It causes less confusion for the coaches, players, and officials.
Well, what was happening is coaches were getting smart and using it as a timeout. They just sent one sub over, and then another sub over, and another sub over, and pretty soon you had at least a minute timeout to rest. And so because of that, they've decided to change the rules.
Paul Martin scores 1. Second free throw attempted by Martin. No good, high off the rim, 1 for 2 with free throws. 15-11, 4:41 to go as St. Cloud comes down in transition. Number 44, Loso, back in the game for Apollo. Right corner, Loso passes back up to Ebnett. Back to Loso on the right. Little Falls, they're running, looks like almost a...
They're playing man-to-man, but right now Apollo's
like
going to a little bit of a pick.
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
54 Krogman, 4 points for him, 17-11. Apollo opening up a 6-point lead, the biggest lead for anybody in the game.
Now,
oh, nice shot by Fea.
if you'll notice, Apollo's going to a zone, and I think they're getting a little tired of playing man-to-man pressing, so he's changing it up. We hit the basket.
4:04 to go, 17-13. Apollo up by 4 on that basket by Fea. Chow on the right side, back up in the middle to Ebnett. Ebnett over in the corner, Thompson dribbling, and there's a foul. Looks like Paul Martin, either him or Fea.
It was Paul Martin, I believe. He got real aggressive and just did a whack in there. And it's hard for a kid that's aggressive to keep your hands out of there. But Paul Martin will get more of those and he'll lose.
That's right. 3:51 to go, 17-13. Apollo inbounds the ball. Jay Loso looking for somebody. Starting lineup back in for Apollo. Thompson. That's a 2-pointer, I think. Excuse me, that's Ebnett.
Yeah, what Kevin...
Basket's good.
Yeah, what Kevin Jordan's complaining about is they got moving screens and they're holding out there, and he's asking the referee over there, if you look at him, hey, watch your holding, watch your moving. You can't set moving picks, otherwise it's impossible to play defense.
That's right. And the rules on that are very specific, and referees do watch that aggressively, I believe. 19-13, 3:47 to go. Apollo, Krogman, the big man. Oh, it crawls in! What a shot! Fouled by Ben Smith, too.
Kevin Jordan's probably going to have a timeout coming up here pretty soon. They're down by 9 points, and they don't want to let this game slip away.
That was a foul on number 24, Kendall Fay, I'm sorry. Krogman at the line shooting one, 22-13, 3:42. Opening up a little lead, Apollo. That ball stays on the rim for about 5 seconds, and Little Falls gets the ball out of bounds.
Over the back on 55, I believe, and that's his third.
Yep. That's his third, you're right. 22-13, boy, Ebnett's going to be in early trouble, and I tell you what, he's a 6'5" senior. They can't afford to lose him.
Well, the thing of it is, when you're playing 5 seniors, though, Dave, you got to have a lot of experience. So you take one out, it's not as crucial as if you got a couple of sophomores and juniors out there.
Miller at center court, watched by Loso in the corner to Martin. Martin trying to get some opening. Double team, passes off to Smith. Nice dish to Nick Dahl. Oh, and Smith almost jammed it. And 2 shots there, no good by Little Falls. Another shot by Martin, he just can't put it in. 13 points, nothing else going. Chow in transition, there's 2.
That was a great move by Chow, boy. He drove the baseline, put it right up and in.
Little Falls in transition trying to get something going. 11-point lead for Apollo. Little Falls can ill afford any more points given up. Fail with nothing but air. Boy, he was blocked royally in the face on that shot, and Little Falls comes down and has to foul.
Kevin Jordan's getting very close to a technical foul right now. He asked for a goaltending down there on the rim. When he shot the ball up, the guy got on the rim, and he's talking to him. Kevin's got to watch himself. He doesn't need one right now with his team down by 11 points.
Yeah, not in the second quarter anyway. Kevin Jordan calls a timeout. Little Falls down by 11 points. Apollo 24-13. Apollo's heated up a little bit in this quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got them 5 for 6 now from the field.
Yeah, the key with the Flyers, they just got to take their time, put their shot in. They're really, really rushing it. And, you know, if they make, I think, you know, sometimes they see them block a shot early in the game and they think that every shot they shoot is going to get blocked.
Yep.
And I think you got to shoot right into their face and go at them, because these kids will like to foul too. I mean, they got, I can't read if that's 8 fouls over there, 8 fouls to 5. You know, keep going at them. Get them to the foul line. Get them out of the basketball game.
Well, that's 6, Brad. Next foul will be shooting the bonus. 6-5, right. The fouls have come up a little bit. Little Falls down by 10, they say now. They must have had a wrong score on the board. Oh, they gave the free throw to the wrong team. It's 23-13.
Well, you can't have that at home.
Randy Tabbitt, assistant coach, is saying, hey, that wasn't right.
42, Mike Casella, number 14, Justin
Kofed and Casella back in for the Flyers. And St. Cloud Apollo, Mike Gunderson, 6'5" senior. Man, I see a lot of 12s on this roster. Like you said, they're starting 5 seniors. Aggressive defense by Kofed.
Yeah, he came right out, denied the ball at the wing. That's an excellent way. If you can catch him, get him to catch the ball way out there, Dave, it really makes their offense hard to run. The farther out you can get them to catch the ball.
Gunderson inbounds the ball to Loso. Immediately taken on by Miller. Miller looks like he's playing with a little strength gone, but boy, he sure is in the game. Oh, Chow had it stripped away. No foul.
And
Miller stripped it away.
And then it went off one of the Flyers' legs.
Nice play by Nate Miller. You know, you're right. Apollo's picking. It looks like the Little Falls in a zone defense with this picking by Apollo. Loso inbounds it to Thompson. Thompson scores. Thompson with his first 2 points, 25-13 now. Long pass to Kofed, blocked by Gunderson. Oh my gosh.
That's okay, you got to take the ball there.
Loso fouled. Boy, Justin Kofed was in the air about 3 feet.
Well, Justin Kofed had one blocked on the other end, and he was going to return the favor. Unfortunately, the kid head faked him, and instead it turned out to be a Jesse Ventura smash move.
And we're donating money from that to charity too, just so you know.
I hope so.
No foul, not a shooting foul on that one. 16 fouls for Little Falls and 6 for Apollo. So the next one will be a shooting foul for both teams. Loso inbounds the ball to Gunderson. Gunderson at the top of the 3-point line. Thompson makes his move on Faya, spins, slapped away by Miller. Miller's got his hand on everything right now. Up to Casella. They got to take that shot, Brad. They've got to take the shot. There it is.
Great shot by Nate Miller.
7 points for Miller. 29-16.
Oh, he stepped over the line.
Oh!
Little Falls ball.
You don't see that too often, but he definitely stepped over the line.
The one thing the 3-point basket can do, it can get you back in a ball game so fast it's unbelievable. Nate can hit 2 or 3, and we're right there again.
25-16, 9-point lead for Apollo. Miller inbounding the ball. No over and back because there was no control established. Nick Dahl, watched by Loso, trying to set some offense up here right now. They're not calling any plays here.
Apollo's in a zone right now, 2-3 zone.
Giving Little Falls a different look right now.
Again, they were getting a little tired playing man-to-man and getting pressed.
Well, I tell you, with the speed of Little Falls, you got to switch defenses. Kicked out of bounds by number 52, Thompson. And in for the game for Apollo, number 10, Eric Carr comes back, substituting for Jay Loso. 1:47 to go, 25-16.
I think Coach Jordan's trying to get somebody in the middle on that 2-3 zone. That's how you attack it. Somebody's either got to flash in there or be there.
It looks like Casella's the man right now they're going to go to if you can get him open. Kendall Fea trying to set something up in the middle.
There's the free throw line.
There it is.
And he pops out.
Kofed, way out, looking for something down low. To Nick Dahl on the left side. Miller on the right. No one's breaking underneath. Little Falls has still got that height to contend with by Apollo. 1:19 to go in the second quarter. 25-16 here.
Nate
Long. Miller! Three! He's heated up right now, Brad.
Well, like I said, 2 more of those shots and this game is really close.
That's right. 25-19, 6 points. Carr with a nice 2-point shot. Carr has 7 points tonight, 2 for Apollo. Right away, Kofed for 2. Holy cow, Kofed with 2, 50 seconds to go, 27-21. Little Falls is right back in the thick of things. John Chow to Carr. Carr setting
There's
things
a moving
up.
screen again, Dave. You're watching Apollo. That's what Kevin's upset about.
Chow from about 13 feet out, rebounded by Nick Dahl. Chow's on his back. Chow steals. He goes up for the layup, no good. And there's a foul. Kendall Fea's getting called for a push. I did not see that. It looked like, to me, Gunderson pushed.
I'd like to see a replay of that one. I'm not sure about that, but
and that's foul on, he fouled Krogman too, so Krogman's a free throw shooter too. Loso coming back in the game. And big number 40, 6'7" Dan Lally coming back in, replacing Dan Thompson. Oh, I'll tell you, Kessler is substituting at will to keep fresh horses in there with the fast Little Falls transition game.
I think he's going to stay with that 2-3 zone until the Flyers put somebody in the middle, because unless you do, they can really spread that zone out. And Nate Miller got a great jump shot last time, but theoretically you don't get that unless you can flash somebody in the middle against a 2-3 zone.
Krogman again, second in for him. So Krogman has 2, 4, 6, 8 points tonight. And Little Falls with 24 seconds to go, down by 8. See what they can do for one shot. I think Coach Jordan wants just one. Miller.
Back man to man.
Yep, Apollo switching again. Nick Dahl over to Martin, back to Dahl on the right side. Dahl from 13. In and out, in and out, in and out. Krogman with the rebound. That could end the quarter right here, and that does. Wow, what a first half of basketball. 29-21. Apollo up by 8. There's almost more fouls in the second quarter than there was points in the first.
Well, you know, it was 8-8 at the end of the first quarter, so there was a lot more scoring in the second quarter. Apollo got 21 points and Little Falls got 13.
We're going to come back in about 2 minutes. We've got some public service announcements here on Channel 6. We're glad you're with us. Brad Lager and I will be back in about 2 minutes with some halftime statistics, some scores, and some basic thoughts about life, liberty, and the pursuit of basketball. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi all, this is Kermit the Frog, and this is one of my very favorite places to visit, a forest. You know, forests are great places to go if you want to camp or hike or just admire the beautiful greenery.
So this is a forest, huh? Wow.
Ooh, check out all these leaves.
Wait till we tell them back home at the South Pole.
As I was saying, forests are great places for everyone to visit. Not only that, forests are where we get wood, and forests help keep our air and water clean.
Smell that fresh air, Millie.
Forests are also home to lots of different animals. Unfortunately, these days our forests are in serious trouble. They're being threatened by development and by people who don't respect them. It's important to save our forests, and there are things you can do to help. To find out, write to Forests, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C. 20036.
Hey, let's get a picture with the talking frog.
Remember, forests are more than trees.
Uh-huh.
If you don't tell your children about the danger of drugs, you may find a problem staring you right in the face. A problem that won't go away, or even worse, one that does.
Doing drugs is like being on top of the world. Everyone says so. Everyone seems to be having one dandy old time. Hey, it's part of growing up. Or is it? Just think about this. Before you go and do something you've never done before, you just better know what you're jumping into.
Hi-ho, this is Kermit the Frog, and this is one of my very favorite places. Hey, forest. You know, forests are home to lots of animals, and they give us wood, and they keep our water and air clean. Unfortunately, these days our forests are in trouble. They're being threatened by development and people who don't treat them with respect. To find out what you can do to help, write to Forests, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C. 20036. Remember, forests are more than trees.
You know.
We're back live here at the Flyer Gym. That's the Flyer Band. We're going to come back and listen to them in a few minutes. I've got some halftime stats for you. Little Falls, 21 points, down by 8. Nate Miller leads all Little Falls scorers with 10 points. Kofed has 2, Nick Dahl 2, Kendall Faya 4, and Ben Smith 2. Brad, what do you think about that first half for Little Falls?
Well, it started out like two great teams that are really good in the conference, and they're both trying to prove that they're conference champions. And so anyway, both teams there started really rough. And they shot horrible. But now the scoring is starting to pick up, and Kevin is really an intense coach, and so is Kessler. So I expect the second half, you're going to see the scoring really pick up. I'll bet you this game will end up in the 60s, the high 60s even.
I think it's got to. Here's Apollo stats. Eric Carr has 8 points. Mike Gunderson 2, John Chow 4, Dan Thompson 2. Josh Krogman leads all scorers for Apollo with 8 points. And Tom Ebnett has 6 points to round out the scoring. Before we go to the band, I just want to mention to you the next Little Falls boys basketball game that we'll be doing is Tuesday, February 8th against St. Cloud Tech. On Thursday night, this Thursday, Brad, you and I will be back here doing the Tech girls game. Another good chance for Coach Joe Davich to see what's happening with the girls.
Well, I was expecting Tech to be down a little bit this year, but I saw they beat Sartell the other night, and Sartell is expected to be one of the conference favorites. So it's a wild and crazy Central Lakes. It's a wild and crazy Central Lakes Conference in girls basketball. There are some of the top teams in the state of Minnesota are right here. And I think I'm going to like it sitting up here a lot better.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to have a great year of action here. We've got some other things coming up, too, just to let you know. We do have boys hockey coming back up Tuesday the 11th against Alexandria. And we do have a gymnastics match this year. I've incorporated and asked Jane Haas to do color for gymnastics.
Well, I'm sure glad you didn't ask me.
We're going to take a listen to the Little Falls band, and we'll shut up for a few minutes. We'll be back in about 4 minutes with the start of the second half. Well, Brad, I was just going over statistics again at halftime. I just told you Little Falls shooting 7 for 23 from the field, 30%. What do you think?
Well, 30%, but the positive thing is you shot 30%, you're only down by 8 points. When you're down only by 8 points and you've shot it, that bodes well for the second half.
You bet. Apollo shooting 11 out of 18, 61% from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So Apollo kind of taking it to us at the free throw line right now. But hey, you're right, only 8 points difference.
Hey, in a game of basketball, when the 3-point, you're 3 shots away from being ahead. And so all it takes is a couple of turnovers, and we missed a lot of 3-point baskets that I know our kids can normally make. And I would expect Kendall Fay to come out and hit a couple the second half. He'll relax a little bit, get settled down. Kevin Jordan's a good coach. Dean Kessler's a good coach. We got 2 great coaches, 2 great teams. This is a lot of fun.
Say, Brad, talk about rebounding. What can Little Falls do to get some of those offensive rebounds? Because that's where they're getting hurt. On the block shots, get a rebound. What can they do?
Well, the hardest part here is that since Apollo's bigger than they are, they're fronting kids. They're pressuring the wings hard and they're stepping in front. Well, when you do that, you give up the blocking out position. What you stop is the pass inside so they got an easy shot. So it's a half a dozen to one. You need a good rebounder on the backside. And I think Little Falls done a credible job of that. It's just a matter of making their shots. If Little Falls gets a run and makes some of their shots, we're right back in the game.
Little Falls back with their 5 starters. Apollo with their 5 starters. Little Falls with Thea, Miller, Dahl, Ben Smith, and Paul Martin. And Apollo back with Krogman, Loso, Thompson, Chow, and number 55, that is Ebnett. Little Falls with the ball. They had the ball on the alternating possession. Boy, no held balls here either today.
No time.
Fayette passes the ball over to Martin. Martin kicks it out of bounds. It's Apollo's ball. John Chow, and Little Falls is going to go to a full court press here too.
Well, one thing I've noticed right now is Apollo doesn't seem to be coming out to the top of the key, Dave, to pressure the ball. So you might see some shots from Little Falls at the top of the key in the second half.
That might not be a bad strategy to open that middle up so some rebounding can happen for Little Falls too. Apollo, oh my gosh.
He was knocked down by Mr.
Dahl. Nick Dahl hammers number 44, 52, John Thompson. That's Dahl is second foul of the game. Dahl has 2 points right now, 7:28 to go in the third quarter. 29-21 our game score here. Want to welcome you guys and girls from St. Cloud, Channel 6 in St. Cloud. We're on at Holdingford, we're on in Piers, and we're on in Channel 6 in Little Falls. John Chow from 3, no good. Rebounded by Krogman. Krogman, no good. Rebounded by Ebnett, he puts it away.
That was just size right there. They just kept banging the boards. We were jumping and not coming down. Dahl makes a strong move.
And he's fouled. Who's the foul on? Looks like it's number 52, Dan Thompson. I think that's who they'll call it on. That's a shooting foul too. That could help. That's 55. That was Tom Ebnett.
Oh, that's his fourth. He, Mr. Kessler did a little bit of roll of the dice, taking a chance on leaving him in, but with the senior ball club, maybe he's not so worried about it.
Nick Dahl puts one in. Little Falls shooting 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Nick Dahl has 3 points tonight, 7:07 to go.
One thing, you're a great coach if that kid doesn't make a foul till the fourth quarter, but if he fouls in the first minute, all of a sudden, what is that kid doing in the game?
Nick Dahl misses the second of 2. And Apollo comes down with a Jay Loso, watched by Miller at the top of the three-point line, over to the corner to Chow. Chow, stolen by Nick Dahl. He's going to go all the way, and he jams it home. Was that a dunk?
Well, I don't think so. It looked like it was going to be, but it kind of laid it over.
5 points for Dahl. He's got all 3 points, all 4 points in the second quarter, the second half, 6:40 to go, 31-24. Little Falls down by 7.
You notice how Ben Smith is trying to front for position down there.
Oh, nice, nifty move by Thompson. Thompson has 4 points tonight. Stuck it over the head of Ben Smith. Boy, there's lots of pushing going on underneath, Brad. Shot by Faya, no good. Rebounded by Apollo.
Uh-oh, went off of Apollo.
Apollo still seems to be a little languid in their transition right now. They're letting passes go, a lot of turnovers.
Well, you develop a system or an attitude, and the attitude for Apollo is to run.
And if the wall catches up with you, that's good.
That's right. You're going to make some turnovers. You got to understand that.
Fea with 2.
I think you're going to see Kendall Fea pick it up this second half. He's looking a lot more relaxed. His shot's a lot softer.
6 points for Fea, 33-26, a 7-point lead for Apollo. 5:56 to go in the third. Krogman at the top of the 3-point line, looking for Loso. Loso underneath to Thompson. Thompson back to Krogman. Gunderson's in there, the big 6'5" Gunderson. John Chow, he's got nifty moves. He's like Nate Miller in a lot of ways.
Ben Smith is fronting.
Back to Chow. Gunderson from 3, he's got it! Their first 3-pointer, Mike Gunderson, he's got 5 points tonight. Oh, stolen by Krogman, errant pass. That was a pass by Miller.
Yeah, they were
by
pressuring.
Martin. Krogman from 13, no good. Chow puts it up, he's fouled.
Now, right now, Little Falls isn't playing with quite the intensity that they played with early, and sometimes you come out of half doing that, and other times you don't. You just got to pick up the intensity, and you see Coach Jordan's putting a couple of subs in here to try and pick up some intensity.
That was foul on number 34, Paul Martin. That's his second foul. He's going to put John Chow at the line, though. That was a shooting foul. The shot was no good, so he'll be shooting 2. Little Falls, 2 fouls early in the third quarter. 5:17 to go. Chow eyes up the basket, 6-foot senior. Oh.
You remember when Little Falls was hustling, they weren't creating as many fouls because you're in position, you're moving. Sometimes when you start to slow up, you start to reach and you get beat and you grab and you push and the fouls start to roll up. And I don't see the intensity right now that they had earlier in the ball game.
I tell you, you're talking about kids going 90 miles an hour both ways, too, in that first half. Chow misses the second of 2. Picked up.
By 54, he missed it. Gimme.
Krogman couldn't put it away. Little Falls with the ball. Mark Casella back in. Over to Kofed. Kofed in the left corner. Looking for Dahl. Dahl at the top of the 3-point line to Miller. Miller on the right side, watched by Loso. Miller puts it on the floor, looking for something to set up. Kofed cutting in the middle. Miller takes it for 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Krogman.
He got hit in the eye a little bit. Here they come. There's a 3-point shot.
Gunderson with 3. Krogman rebounds, tipped out of bounds by Thompson.
We are just absolutely getting killed on the boards right now. I think Dean Kessler had a real big talk with his kids, and he's real upset with them. You know, grab the ball, and they're not doing a real good job of that right now, and Little Falls isn't blocking out, and Kess will have them rebounding.
38-26, 4:38 to go in the third as Nate Miller brings it down court. No press right now. Apollo's got a 12-point lead, or 10-point lead, excuse me. 10-point lead for Apollo as Dahl takes a move on Krogman. No good. He can't get through. That Krogman is big. So they give it to Miller at the baseline. Miller with a scoop puts it in.
That's a Lowry drive move.
That's the Lowry drive. Hey, I love it. Miller has 6, 8, 10, 12 points tonight. He leads all Little Falls scorers with 12. 36-28. Little Falls down by 8 still. Fighting back. Loso.
There's
Krogman.
A moving screen.
There it is. We
got
called it.
You bet.
That's the first time.
And it's been going on all night. It's just, the problem that I found, Dave, in basketball is that with the 3-point shot, you get one referee that's watching the ball. The other one it can't watch the moving picks on the backside. He's got to watch the feet on the 3-point shot. And it's really a difficult call, but I think Kevin Jordan lobbied, and all of a sudden they made the call, and it was a good call.
He's got it, and I agree. That's why they consider going to a 3-man system in all games, not just playoff games. And it would be a good thing for basketball.
They definitely should do that. Then you got one more guy to be mad at, right?
That's right. You can always get those cheers going for 3, Everything comes in 3s. In the game for Little Falls, no, that's not Gaffney. I'm sorry. That is that's Matt Martin.
32 is Mark Hartwig.
Mark Hartwig, yes. Watching Loso. Loso scoops it up. Rebounded by Chow from the baseline. Boy, there's a lot of fouling going on underneath
number
now.
30 for Apollo.
Gunderson looking over the back. Gunderson doesn't like the call. 36-28 here. That's Gunderson's 3rd foul. Boy, off the bench, he's picked up 3 fouls and he's got 5 points.
Yeah, and he's trying to win an Academy Award. You don't complain. You just get down to 4 and play basketball.
That's right. Let the officials do their job. Hartwig with the ball. Hartwig's replacing Miller right now to
2-3 zone.
Kofed over to the left side to Fea. Back to Hartwig. Hartwig in the middle to Casella. Oh, Kofed just about had a shot to the head. Took his eyes off the ball for a second. Back to Hartwig. Kofed, they're trying to move it around to open something up. 3-point shot. Fea just can't hit it. 0 for 3 from three-point range in this second half right now as Apollo brings the ball down. Chow baseline, nice move, nice shot. Foul underneath. Kendall Fea.
Number 24 with the push.
Boy, I tell you what, I can see both teams tired right now.
Well, you don't see the pressing going on. You couldn't keep up the pace that they were keeping up in that first quarter. I mean, that 8-8 war took a lot out of both teams, and this is early in the season. You know, you get to February, your kids are a lot better conditioned than they are right now.
That's right. And you know, with this weather we've been having, lots of kids are just sick, too. Move by Chow. Chow! Nice drive, nice basket by John Chow.
Boy, that kid really can penetrate. He's just a great driver. I love to watch him go to the basket.
Man, stolen by Apollo, number 10, Carr. Eric Carr gets his hand in the way of the passing lane. 2:33 to go. Apollo up by 10. Terrible shot that time by Apollo. That didn't hit anything but nothing. Miller back in the game, fouled by Chow. John Chow.
Yeah, John Chow realized that he forced one on the other end, and he came back and tried to help his team out. And lots of times when you do that, you commit a foul, and that's exactly what happened. And I think that's his third foul, Dave.
Chow has only one. No, he only has one. Yep.
Well, Coach Kessler sent a message to him to keep under control. Come on out, sit down a while, think about it.
Not a bad idea. Chow is their starter. He's got nifty moves. He's got 6 points. Little Falls inbounds the ball. We've got Miller, Martin, Smith, Dahl, and Casella in for the Flyers. Paul Martin, man-to-man back again for Apollo.
2-3 zone.
Oh, there it is, 2-3. Boy, they're picking and picking. I can't see what's going on with the defense. You keep track of that defense.
I got it.
Over in the corner again, Martin. Martin back to Casella. Smith has been just shut down tonight, 2 underneath. Miller trying to get away from Jay Loso.
There's the flash to the middle.
And it was there for a moment. Nick Dahl picked it up. Casella, right side to Miller.
Here comes the flash again. Keep flashing that middle.
Ben Smith is trying. There comes Dahl up at the top of the key. Mark Casella. Coach calling for 3 seconds. And he's not going to get it right now. Nick Dahl over to Casella on the left side. Casella drives, tipped away by Carr. Who's it on? That ball is Apollo's ball.
It might have went off Nick Dahl. That's what the referee saw out on the court, so he gave the ball to Apollo.
These referees have good eye contact. They're not going to make the call, which is a very good thing for referees to do. 1:29 to go, 38-28. Little Falls down by 10.
I think they've done a great job. You know, when officials don't, you can't even notice they're a part of the game, and these guys have really done a nice job tonight, Dave.
They have. Carr, there's a moving pick. They called it.
Yep.
Lally, Dan Lally. He didn't get anything set.
You remember in the first quarter where Kevin Jordan was lobbying and we thought he was maybe going to get a tee? Well, he's picked up 2 moving calls, and you know, and his lobbying did a good job. Now the referees see it and they're making the calls on it. So
you know what? And it is pretty obvious right now when you look at the top of that key, especially. It gets tougher underneath, I think. Martin on the left side, back to Miller, playing catch to Fea. Smith is cutting. Smith was open just for a second. Way over on the right side to Miller. And the 2-3 zone is just breaking Little Falls' concentration right now. Miller in the middle. Oh, Kendall Fea had it go off his hands. Oh, nice pass by Miller. Fea wasn't expecting it.
Oh, great pass by Nate Miller. And again, you got to have somebody in that middle, or that you see how wide that zone is getting on him, David. It gets wider and wider unless you got somebody in the middle.
Good steal by Martin. Martin picks up the ball to Fea. Left side to Dahl. Miller for 3. It's going to go. It's going to go. Miller has 3 3-pointers tonight. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points. I'm counting in my head for Nate Miller. He has half the points for Little Falls.
Oh, Nate's a great shooter.
Krogman at the top of the 3-point line. In the game for Apollo, that's Billy Summers. First action for Summers. Long shot by Summers, no good. Rebounded by Apollo, and it's on the line. Nate Miller. Nice hustle by Miller.
You betcha. He knocked the ball loose, kept it alive. Apollo's battling, Little Falls battling, and we're getting closer. We're down to 7 points in the ball game.
And 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. This has been just like the first quarter. There's been a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points by Apollo as Little Falls loses the ball to Gunderson. 8-7, Little Falls is ahead in this quarter. Long shot by Carr,
Bingo.
3-pointer. Carr, 3 points. Up by 10, Apollo is 12 seconds to go. Miller drives back out to Ben Smith, who's been totally shut down tonight with only 2 points. Martin takes a shot, 3 seconds to go. Little Falls is going to go down by 10 again. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Apollo 41, Little Falls 31. Brad, what is Coach Jordan going to say to his team?
Well, right now, again, he's got to get them going on offense out there and blocking out. If they can do those two things, then he's going to tell them, guys, you got 8 more minutes. Give it all. Walk off the court tired. Walk off the court, so that you're so exhausted that you know that if you lose the ball game, you've given everything you've got. And right now, I think we're coasting a little bit. We're, on that the kids are trying, but there's a difference between that trying and trying to win.
That's right.
And I thought, Kevin is a great, intense coach, and he's got great assistants. And I think you're going to see it pick up. Kevin's probably one of the most intense people I know, and you're going to see the intensity in this fourth quarter.
In that quarter, Eric Carr for Apollo had 3, Mike Gunderson 3, John Chow 2, Dan Thompson 2. Josh Krogman, Zippo, and Tom Ebnet 2. They had 12 points in that quarter, and Little Falls had 11.
Yeah. So it basically was an even quarter. The only quarter that we got outscored big time was second quarter. 8-8 in the first quarter, 12-11 in the third. So we got outscored by quite a few in the second quarter.
Little Falls 5 points for Miller in that quarter. Dahl had 3, Kendall Fay had 2. So there's our scoring, 41-31. 8 minutes to go in regulation, I'm going to say.
Can you imagine Dean Kessler and Kevin Jordan being locked in a room playing basketball? Both of those guys are so intense, and it'd be a lot of fun to watch that one.
There'd be steam coming, I think.
I'd love it.
Apollo inbounds the ball. We have had no held balls. Everybody's just been getting it on alternating possession for the quarters. Carr drives. What a move by Carr. He falls to the floor. No foul called. And Miller picks it up, picks up the pace in transition. He turns around from 12, in and out. Miller's shot goes awry. And Apollo in transition, trying to get things going. Little Falls is in man-to-man again. Krogman is hounded by Casella. Gunderson from 3, no good.
Little Falls doing a lot better job of rebounding. They've got 3 in a row now.
That's great. Miller on the left side. Oh, nice cut by Casella. And Faya decides to take 3! Kendall Faya!
Now you notice a cutter through the middle opened up the shot at the key. As soon as he got it, he dumped it, and Kendall put her right in.
Kendall Faya has 9 points tonight. 7:05 to go, 41-34. Little Falls has been down by 7 for the longest time, and the ball goes out of bounds, kicked out of bounds by a Little Falls player.
It's all of a sudden, all it takes is 2 shots, and all of a sudden it starts to get tight on Apollo's side. So all we need to do is make a couple of baskets here and get a run.
Chow in the game for Apollo again. Chow to Gunderson. Man-to-man defense. Boy, Nick Dahl is right all over Gunderson. Chow in the middle to Krogman. Krogman puts it down. Chow for 3. Oh, nothing but air on that one. And Little Falls knocks the ball out of bounds one more time.
Well, I think Little Falls is doing it right. They're sagging into that middle, making them kick it out, and right now Apollo's not hitting that shot. I'm not saying they can't, but right now they're not hitting it as consistently as they could, I imagine.
6:46 to go, Krogman. Oh, nice play by Krogman. The ball's put in.
Number 40 tipped it in, Dave.
Dan Lally, big 6'7" Lally. That's his first basket of the game. 6:35 to go. Little Falls down by 9, 43-34. Miller from 3, no good. Rebounded by Dahl, almost, and picked up by Apollo. Man, Apollo just got Nick Dahl to give up a rebound as Eric Carr has had his shot blocked by Justin Kofed. Miller on the transition. He's going to go all the way. He's hammered by Eric Carr, and he takes a hard fall.
Yeah, Nate Miller decided to take the ball to the basket that time, and Nate got hit in the chest a little bit too, but Nate's a real tough kid.
Well, he won't get pneumonia from that shot.
No, and Nate played football for us this year and did a great job at quarterback. And, one thing football teaches you is to take some blows, and he got a blow right there.
Nate's not scared. He's not scared to take it to the hole.
Yeah. Well, whatever that word is, I don't know. But anyway, let's hope he makes the free throws.
First one's no good. I think he's a little shaken by that tumble on the floor.
Well, you notice Apollo's not pushing the basketball as much on the fast breaks as they were earlier. So I think both teams are kind of tiring out, and right now is where you got to suck it up. If you want to get back in this game, the team that really can dig deep and go after the other team harder can win this game.
Miller sinks the second one. I was talking to Coach Carr before the game. They beat Sauk Rapids 101-48. They lost to Monticello 53-50. He said it was 2 different teams that played those 2 nights.
Oh, you betcha. I mean, when you get 104 points, that's unbelievable.
Little Falls, of course, is 1-0. They did beat Sauk Rapids 66-52 on last Friday night. Over and back violation.
There's the hustle I'm talking about. There's
Mark
the hustle.
Hartwig just hustled.
That's it. Now the team that's going to win is the team that's going to come after the other team harder than the other team plays. And right now, Apollo's not responding to that, and Little Falls is really doing a nice job.
43-35, 6:05 to go. Little Falls inbounds the ball. Co-fed to Mark Hartwig, giving Nate Miller a rest right now. In the right side to Dahl. Dahl to Fea. Fea just could open up that three-point shot if he could just get one in to build up his confidence one more time. He only has one three-pointer tonight. And when he starts hitting, he can be hot. Kofed with a nifty move. Chow, look at Chow. He's all over the court.
He's really hustling. You know, a kid like Ben Smith is working so hard. You got to give him the basketball so he can try and score.
Give him the marble, put the biscuit in the basket. Whatever you want to say, it's going to happen. Kendall Fea takes a two-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Apollo. That was Dan Thompson on the rebound, and Jay Loso brings it down court, watched by Mark Hartwig. Little Falls still in a man-to-man defense. That's a tough defense to be in the fourth quarter. Chow.
Great pass.
To Thompson. Thompson puts it away for two.
That was a super pass. Little Falls is pushing the ball now, and there it goes. Dahl to the
Nick
basket.
Dahl.
Oh!
No foul on that one.
I question that one.
Boy, Dahl took it all the way. No score by Dahl, 45-35. Little Falls down by 10 as Apollo tries to get this transition game slowed down. Krogman, he's going to go up every time now and get fouled, it looks like.
And I think we've got to do the same thing on the other end with Ben Smith. Ben Smith is working hard, made a couple of nice moves in the first quarter, and we haven't really given him the ball inside enough. You know, a kid like that will quit working if you don't give him the basketball. Give him a couple, see what happens.
Kendall Fea with the foul. That's 4 fouls for Fea. That could be a factor in this fourth quarter as we see Josh Krogman go to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the line already. 45-35. First shot is in. So Krogman puts another point on the board, 46-35. Wholesale substitutions, Miller back in, Dahl back in, and Paul Martin back in, Matt Martin back in, the Martin brothers.
You got to give a lot of credit to Apollo. They're not folding. They've just held that run and kept steady, and through everything, they've just stayed normal, ever flow, and they don't seem to get too upset about anything.
12 points for Krogman, 47-35. That's the difference in the game. Take Krogman out of the game, and we'd have a tie game here as Paul Martin, Matt Martin, traveled with the ball. No basket. Nice move by Martin.
That was a great move. Made a nice move, then a nice screen on the baseline.
Martin's coming off the bench here, and I got a little bit of a graphic that I had on him. Matt Martin, 6-foot junior center forward. He's aggressive. He's a rebounder. As Apollo brings the ball down, Paul Martin with the steal. Wide open. Nate Miller takes it all the way, puts it in.
Little Falls in a little bit of a diamond press here. Traveled.
Looks like a violation. What do we got?
They called a push on Little Falls.
That's Fea. That's 20. Luckily, I thought it was 24.
Kevin was lobbying for a travel, but I think it was a good call. I think he got shoved on the baseline.
47-37 on that great basket by Miller. Miller leads all scorers, 3, 6, 8, 14, 16, 18 points for Nate Miller. He's hot.
Well, the defense did everything for that. They got the steal, he made the break, he got a cherry pick time and put it in.
4:17 to go, 47-37. Apollo hanging on to a 10-point lead, stripped away by Paul Martin. John Chow has the ball stripped, and Nate Miller decides to take a three, and it's in.
Bingo.
21 points for Miller.
Timeout, St. Cloud Apollo.
47-40. This is a good time by Kessler to ice Little Falls with Miller heating up here. 21 points.
Dean Kessler is going to say somebody had better stay on Nate Miller every time he's got the basketball. You know, he said we cannot let them start hitting threes, guys, because then the emotion gets back in, and little by little, you know, it's still 7 points, but Little Falls is playing better basketball.
I told Coach Kessler before the game that Nate Miller had mono. Maybe that helped.
You know, sometimes when you're not feeling well, you play better than when you're feeling well.
That's right. You kind of play out of your mind. Boy, Miller has 21 points. Little Falls shooting in the fourth quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've picked up the shots a little bit. And Apollo, 47 points. Right now, Krogman is their leading scorer. And Eric Carr off the bench is close behind. Eric Carr has 11 points, 10 points, and Krogman has 12. So there's balanced scoring by Apollo. And I tell you what, the shots Apollo was shooting 61% in the first half. Their shot total has gone way down as far as taking shots, but their percentage has increased in the second half.
Well, that comes from being tired.
Little Falls in a full court press. Krogman almost has the ball taken away by Miller. Miller's jumping about 8 feet in the air on every shot. Loso brings it down court, watched by Miller. Aggressive man-to-man defense. Chow on the right side to Ebnett. Back to Loso. Thompson shuffling it around, trying to break this man-to-man defense. Boy, you've got to give Little Falls credit in the fourth quarter to stay this tight with Apollo. Chow, baseline. What a move by Chow.
Bingo. They just kept moving the ball to tire Little Falls a little bit and got the layup shot they wanted. That Chow is such a great penetrator.
8 points for Chow tonight. Miller from 3, no good. He's hot and cold. Oh, boy, he missed. The referees missed that call. Chow had Matt Martin's arm, taking it as a third arm that time. Miller, right side to Matt Martin. I'm getting the Martin brothers. I'm going to call Martin and Lewis here for a second.
2-3 zone again.
Miller with a nice drive in. Oh, boy. And Matt Martin, I tell you what, he is incredible.
Steal.
Beautiful steal by Miller, and he gets fouled.
Hey, we're going to go under 7 here. Nate hits these two. We're at 5.
2:58 to go in the fourth quarter, 49-42. Miller has scored the last 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 points for Little Falls. He's got 24 points, 23 points right now. Chance to add to his total. He's got over half the Little Falls points. There's Miller. Nice shooting style. First one's in.
This game is going to get down to 5 right now, and if we can get a steal on the press or make a turnover here and get a quick basket, boy, then emotion takes over.
24 points for Miller. 2:58 to go, 49-43. And Little Falls will be in the bonus on all the way out, too. It's good news for Little Falls. Miller, the second one's in.
Here comes the press.
25 points for Nate Miller tonight. Big press. Little Falls is just
offensive foul.
They're
We
not
missed
going to
one.
call it.
Oh, my goodness.
Coach Kevin Jordan cannot believe it.
That was a big one.
Thompson, Chow, Krogman, basket.
2.
Nice movement. Krogman has 13 points for Apollo as Little Falls comes back. Kendall Fea back in the game. Nick Dahl on the left side tries to drive. I tell you, I don't know how the refs missed that offensive foul.
I don't either.
Oh, Kendall Fea with it. It's a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer. Kendall Fea, second leading scorer for Little Falls. He's got 5, 7, 9, 11 points as I count in my head out loud for all of you to hear. What a shot by Fea.
Well, right now I think it's going to be Kevin's decision here. He's going to press hard, double team the ball, and then you're going to start to see some fouls happen because we've got to get another foul so that we can get them into 1-and-1 for sure. So Little Falls is going to go after him real hard here, and if they know by scouting if there's a poor free throw shooter, he's the kid that's going to get hit in the next 2 minutes. So you can hold on to your seats.
I think that's going to be probably not Krogman. They don't want to hit him too often. 51-46. Little Falls only down by 5 points. Nate Miller, the story of the game, 24 points tonight for Miller. As Coach Kevin Jordan calls a timeout here to get things settled down. There you see Dean Kessler with his Apollo Eagles. Kessler's team, of course, was in the state tournament last year.
Well, sometimes you talk about, young kids and stuff, and Nate Miller has been playing for 2 years, and I'll tell you, when you play in 2 years, nothing rattles you when you've been a 3-year starter. So right now, Nate's the cream always rises to the top.
Loso inbounds the ball. Loso watched closely by Kofed as he crosses the timeline. Kind of a mini press there put on by Little Falls. Chow on the right side to Loso. Loso out to Ebnett. Long shot by Chow. They can't let him open for that. He hit him already twice on 3-pointers.
Yeah, but I question whether he wanted to shoot that.
Chow.
Hold the ball.
Chow drives again.
Hold the ball.
1:54 to go. 51-46. Chow on the left side. They got to foul somebody. Chow with a nice baseline move.
The only time you shoot now is if you get a layup or you're fouled.
John Chow, he's got 10 points tonight. 53-46. 1:40 to go. Little Falls, Kendall Fea. He takes a 3 and makes it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You get 2, you get 3 back. That's not bad.
Kendall Fea with 3 points puts Little Falls only down by 4 points. Justin Kofed called for the foul. It'll be an inbounds foul. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul.
And that's okay. Justin Kofed is the one you want to make the foul there. He doesn't have many fouls.
Only 2 on Kofed. As Loso will inbound the ball, wholesale substituting right now. Kendall Fea goes out for Little Falls. Ben Smith comes back in. Ben Smith has been just noticeably silent tonight. 2 points, probably only 2 shots. Big press by Little Falls, but Apollo breaks it. Loso into the front court. Oh! He picks that ball up. That's a travel. There it is.
Great hustle. There's a hustle. Paul Martin went on the floor. That's what I'm talking about, Dave. You're in a 4-point ball game, and Little Falls is diving at the basketball.
53-49, 1:19 to go, and Little Falls will inbound the ball. Kendall Fea, as Ebnett comes out of the game, and he's replaced by number 40, Lally, the 6'7" senior. So Little Falls a chance to come within 1 if they can get a 3-point shot going. Nick Dahl trying to find his way open. Nate Miller, 3, it's in! Nate Miller with 3 points.
Within 1. We're within
27 points for Miller tonight. 58 seconds to go.
There's a foul. That's okay.
Yep, Miller can afford to give 1.
Well, you know what, Dave? Even if they make 2, a 3 ties it. So here you're in a situation, give 2, make 3. You know, a 3-pointer can tie it, even if he makes both of them.
I tell you, Kevin Jordan is going to have people's pacemakers going here if this game keeps as close as it is. 53-52, 57 seconds to go. The foul on Nate Miller. John Chow at the line. Little Falls tries to ice him with a timeout.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dean Kessler took the timeout, so Dean is saying right now, I got to get my kids under control. Normally you never take a timeout near the end of the ball game like that, but Dean is saying, hey, we got to get this under control. Nate Miller can't catch the basketball, so wherever he goes, if there's a pick, we got to switch, and he may go back to that 2-3 zone again.
You know, he might have to, because if Miller's as hot as he is, doing what he's doing, if they don't do something about it, something's going to get open underneath. Maybe Ben Smith can get something then.
Well, even on the 2-3 zone, if you really extend it and they pass the ball inside, it's generally a 2-point basket. 2 points, if you make both your free throws, puts them down by 1. If you allow them to 3-point, the game's tied, assuming that the Apollo kid makes both free throws.
That's
and
right.
Right now, that's a real big thing to conjure up, because it's tough to make free throws at the end of the game.
You know, and Chow has not been to the line yet tonight. He's got 10 points.
And that's really surprising, because this kid is a real penetrator. He just drives a lot. You know, that's really hard to believe that he's not there.
53-52, 57.2 seconds to go. Both teams are in the bonus. Nate Miller committed the foul that puts John Chow at the line shooting 1-and-1. Could it get any more exciting? I don't think so. The only thing that would excite me more is a can of pop right now.
Well, we need to block out on this free throw. We don't want them to miss and get the rebound.
Good blocking out by Little Falls. Kendall Fea with a rebound. Little Falls a chance to go ahead here with anything scored. 50 seconds.
Be patient. Have fun.
That was a big miss by John Chow. Little Falls, Nick Dahl. Ben Smith is fighting underneath to get open. Justin Kofed drives, shoots, blocked by Chow. Apollo has the ball. They've got a foul here. They got a foul. Kofed with the foul. 32 seconds to go, Brad. 1 point. You put Chow back at the line.
Well, that's okay. Again, even if he makes 2, you're not out of the ball game. That was a shot that a young man thought he could make, and he did it. He's a young kid. He made a decision, and that's okay. You got to have the heart of the lion. No matter where you come, you think you can make it to win. We got to block out again, Dave.
Here it is. Chow eyeing up a free throw. First one's up, and it's good.
It's all right. That's still only 2 points. Again, you got to step to the shooter, block out in case he misses it. And even if he makes it, you still got a 3-point basket to tie.
John Chow, 11 points tonight, 54-52. Little Falls has got a box out. Rebound picked up by Chow. He puts up 2.
That was a dagger. That one hurt.
Little Falls down by 4 right now. Long 3-pointer by Fea. Fea picks up the rebound. Chow hammers him. 19 seconds to go. Fea's going to go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. John Chow, he just lost his balance.
Well, you talk about ice in your veins. That Chow got that rebound, and I thought, he's going to bring it out. He put a jumper up right now and swish. That kid's got to have a lot of credit. That was a lot of guts for that shot. Great shot by Chow.
13 points for Chow. He's the leading scorer now. He took over Krogman's spot. And Little Falls, Apollo calls a timeout. 19 seconds to go, 56-52. Incredible game. The story of this game, Nate Miller with 24 points right now. Cold as ice shooting by Little Falls in the first half. They've picked it up in the second half. And Little Falls is at the line with Kendall Faya shooting 1-1.
Well, I think Little Falls has sent a message that Little Falls is back in the conference hunt. Apollo's a very good basketball team, and Little Falls can't hang its head even if it loses this game because they have played them really good tonight. And I'm really impressed by both teams, but Little Falls is no longer a team that can say, oh, we're going to go into Little Falls and win.
That's right.
This is two good teams out here tonight.
Exactly. You know, this is the first Central Lakes Conference game for both teams, too, so whoever gets this one, it'll be a good record for them in the CLC. The CLC is going to be tough this year, Brad.
Well, when isn't it? It's football. I mean, you name the sports. Alexandria, Wilmer, Apollo Tech, Brainerd. You know, I don't want to miss anybody. Ricori.
Sartell.
Hello, Sartell.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Bob Brink's been there for a lot of years, and this is just a great conference.
19 seconds to go, 56-52. Little Falls down by 4. Kendall Faya at the line. The drama continues here in Little Falls at the Flyer Gymnasium. As Faya eyes up the basket, he's got to make these two. First one's in.
Well, we need to make 2, then we need to foul right away. And hope they miss some free throws, get down to court and hit a 3.
15 points for Kendall Faya. This will put him within a basket. Oh, missed the second one. That's a tough one. They got a foul. They've got a foul. Oh, that could be intentional foul, too.
No. Nate's got to just relax. Nate didn't push him. The kid tried to jump. He was trying to call timeout. That's why he fell out of bounds.
Okay.
So
not an intentional foul. That's a good call. 14.7 seconds to go. And that's Miller. That's his third foul I've got.
It's all right. That's just a lot of enthusiasm and intensity coming out of Nate Miller. The kid started to lose his balance, and Nate slapped at it, and Nate thought the kid traveled.
Jay Loso on the line. Little Falls calls timeout to ice Loso. 56-53 right now. 14.7 seconds to go in this CLC opener for both Little Falls and St. Cloud Apollo.
And the key is blocking out.
Blocking out.
The big play of the game was the second shot on that free throw where we didn't block out. They got the ball, and Krog, I believe, not Krog, but Chow put the ball back in. That gave him the 6-point lead.
Big turn of events for John Chow. John Chow has just come, he's a starter, man. He's come up 13 points tonight. Krogman has 12, and they're balanced scoring. Apollo has nobody that's been shining with scoring. Little Falls, Miller 24, Kendall Faya with 14. That's pretty much all the scoring for Little Falls.
The nice part, Dave, about having 5 or 7 seniors is the fact that they don't have to depend on some kid. And these kids have been there before. They've done that. They were in the region final game. They don't depend on one kid every night. So they're a real well-balanced team, and I'm really impressed with Apollo.
That was my mistake. They were the section finals runner-up. They did not go to state last year. Loso at the line. He's got to miss this one. We've got to get the rebound. Loso misses. Little Falls with a rebound. Ben Smith gives it to Martin.
We don't have time.
Faya 10 seconds. They can't afford to not take a shot here. Faya, he's got to do something. He's got to shoot, get fouled, give it to Miller. He's going to shoot 3.
Traveled.
Oh, the ball was out too.
He traveled.
Good call.
Moved his pivot foot.
That was a good call. The referee saw it all the way. Wow.
That's okay. The game like this in the beginning of the year will set up a rematch because the intensity's building big time between these two teams. And I'll tell you what, I like to be a fan in the stands for the next one because down at Apollo and you know, sometimes they don't get a lot of fans in that gym, but it's going to be a real intense basketball game down there.
It's going to be great, and they play on February 3rd, a Thursday game at Apollo. And by that time, the conference should be just about set with who's up and who's down.
Well, you know, they got that Metrodome turf down there at Apollo, and you know, that synthetic stuff tends to give you a lot of scrapes and bruises when you land on it.
They're going to have to wear those little elbow pads that they wear in the NFL for that court.
No moss in that gym.
0.8 of a second to go. Little Falls down by 3. This could be the end of the game here. And Coach Dean Kessler was going to try to substitute, but I think he's going to leave his starters in right now.
With 0.8 of a second, it's all over.
All they got to do is get the ball in bounds, and that'll be the end of the game. Hey, Little Falls has nothing to be ashamed of. There it is. And John Chow ends the game.
That's a great basketball game.
Excellent job. Coach Kevin Jordan has got to keep his head up. What a great game. Little Falls and Apollo, the final score here from Little Falls, 56-53. I want to thank all of our viewers in Little Falls Channel 6 land and also the viewers in St. Cloud. We'll be coming with you for Games of the Week. This Thursday, we're coming back with St. Cloud Tech girls right here in Little Falls. The next boys game will be St. Cloud Tech February 8th at home. For Brad Lager, this is Dave Gertz saying good night from Little Falls Flyer Gymnasium, and we'll see you back here Thursday night.
Sounds great.